So before we get started, I thought I would give a couple of updates really quickly for SoCal Malifaux, for this channel and so forth. Well, SoCal Malifaux was at Kingdom Con. That was a blast. Had a great time there. Really wanted to thank Ross for running a great convention for us, and also for the Fanatical Gamer Society of North County, FGSNC. Those folks showed up to many of our events and just generally hung out with us for the rest of the weekend. And that was a blast. Was good for everybody involved. We saw some more folks joining SoCal Malifaux. The club is up and strong, and we have a presence now in San Diego and south of Orange County. So very happy about that. Up next, GameX. GameX is going to be happening Memorial Day weekend. That's May 25th through the 28th. And our LA henchman, Matt Gomez, is going to be the tournament runner there up in GameX. I believe he's got a 30 Soulstone tournament going on. And I want to say it is Sunday the 27th. But we'll confirm that. Just go to strategicon.net. And you can sign up for the tournament and for any other events that we're running there. I know that Jake and I are going to be there, and with our bag of tricks, and running some things there as well. So just wanted to point that out. This is my latest demo crew, a Seamus crew. They're joining the other crews that I run specifically for demos. The Lady J crew is really taking a beating, and so the miles are heavy on that crew, and so I wanted to change it up a little bit and offer a kind of a different type of demo that I can switch to on concurrent days, because conventions run concurrent days, and I need to be able to do that. So that's it for the update, and let's get on to our series. I don't even know which series we're shooting for, but let's do that. Okay, so today on Taking the Black, we're going to talk about the bare bones basics. The absolute minimum that you need in order to be a weird Malifaux henchman. So we're going to start here, and we're going to grow into the larger setups, the bells and whistles and so forth. But today, we're only talking about the bare bones basics. So what do you need, bare bones, to be a henchman? Well, first up, you need a rules manual. So you need a rules manual. Not just own one, but you need to be fairly familiar with the rules. So you don't have to have things memorized in the rules manual, but you have to be fairly, at least fast enough to look up or find rules that you need to reference. You should be fairly familiar with it, though. So buy a rules manual. At the bare minimum, write your name on the inside, and keep it with you often. In addition to the rules manual, you will also need some painted crews. Now, which crews should you take? Well, the Henchman app does give you some guidelines as far as which crews and masters you might want to run. Generally, they stay away from the Book 2 masters and the henchmen. So you won't have, Colette, Karai, Dreamer, Hamlin. Those are not the type of masters that that lend themselves to showing a brand new person the game. So you want to stay away from Book 2 masters. And you're going to stay within the Book 1 masters, but even then, I would caution that there are a couple of masters in Book 1 that you may want to stay away from when you're running demo games. And those masters, in my opinion only, are Leviticus and Pandora. And the reason why I caution you to stay away from those two is because they bend or break a lot of the rules' core mechanics, and so many to the point where it really is a different feeling game. And so as an entry point into the game and the hobby, you probably want to stick with things a little bit more standard. Now, just my opinion again, I think that any of the Book 1 Guild Master and their crew boxes, like Lady Justice, Sonia Crid, Perdita Ortega, are excellent. They're excellent demos for Malifaux, and so I try to to run one of those. You also, the Resurrectionist in Book 1, also very solid. So Seamus here, great. That's the reason why I picked him. He was fun to paint, and he happens to be a really good demo crew to run. So Seamus, Dr. McMorning, who else? Nicodem, not bad, but Seamus and McMorning, also very good. I would warn, though, that the McMorning box set with the 2 nurses is very difficult for a new player. So this might be, McMorning's crew might be something that you run when you're playing against a new player. The Arcanists, out of the Arcanists, probably the best would be Rasputina. Rasputina is very fun. She's got a great little mechanic there with the ice mirrors and the overpower, and players just have a lot of fun playing Rasputina. I recommend her as the starting point for a player who decides he's going to play the Arcanist faction. So Rasputina also very good. Marcus and Ramos are okay. I run Ramos a lot, but that's because I'm the one controlling Ramos. If somebody else is wanting to play Ramos, then I will actually move closer to his box set. So Ramos and Marcus are okay, and then you've got the Neverborn. Probably out of Neverborn, I would put Lilith in there as the better master to demo with. And for Outcasts, I would say the Victorias are great as well. So, bare bones minimum, you need the rule book, a reasonably good understanding of the rules, and the ability to explain those rules to complete strangers. Then you would also need 2 fully painted crews. And again, the better you paint these crews, the better your demos are going to go. The better your painted crews are, the better your terrain is, the better your setup is, the smoother things are, the better your demo is going to go. So, 2 crews at a minimum, rulebook, and you'll also need 2 fate decks. Wow, shop's getting a little crowded. Let's put these 2 back. So you're going to need 2 fate decks, and if you use the standard Malifaux fate decks, as you know, those are paper decks, so they get beat up a lot. Like this is the first deck I've ever owned for Malifaux. Let me get this one out of the way here. And the cards are really beat up. So what I did was I put them in protective card sleeves. They correspond with the color of the deck on the back. So this is a blue Arcanist deck. This gold one here is a Outcast deck. If you don't want to do this, because this solution is okay, it's a little clunky. I wouldn't have gone with it personally because I have a hard time shuffling the deck with the card protectors on there. You can go with 1 standard deck and 1 Puppet Wars deck. Now, if you're the one running the demo, you're going to want to use the Puppet Wars deck for yourself, and you want to use a standard Fate deck for the person that is demoing the game, because it's got they're just a little easier to read, and then you've got your weak, moderate, severe, and that's what the new player is going to be wanting to pay attention to. So, standard Malifaux decks are better from a learning standpoint. If you're going to do that, you might do what I did, throw them in some sleeves to prolong their life. I keep a lot of other just regular decks around for personal play, but these 2 decks are very old. They got beat up. They've got lots of miles on them, so I stuck them in card sleeves just to extend their life a little bit longer. So these are permanently demo decks. So let's see, where are we at? 2 crews, rule book, the ability to understand the rules, 2 fate decks, and that's the absolute bare minimum of stuff that you need to be carrying on you when you're getting ready to do a demo. And these are the things that Weird requires of their henchmen. Weird is also going to ask you to take some photos of your crews, just so that they can verify that they're painted. And I don't think it hurts. I don't think they judge painting, but I don't think it hurts if you have some cool looking crews. So 2 crews, photos of the crews, also a photo of yourself, and then you're going to want to give them some information on your LGS and any local gaming clubs. Just some potential leads for you, and then you're going to answer some questions. So that is the absolute bare minimum to becoming a henchman, or what you need when you sign up to become a henchman. But as you're about to see in the rest of this series, it gets much more, what's the word I'm looking for? It becomes much more involved than just what I have here. Now, the other thing with demo crews that I do is, because I have my own personal collection, let's see if I can shoot that, I actually keep the demo crews in their own separate case, and it's a much smaller case. It's one that I can get at very quickly, and that allows me to set up demos very quickly. So I highly recommend that. I've got mine in a Pack Mini right now. As you guys, anybody who watches my channel knows, I use the Pack Mini quite a bit. Turns out that the Pack Mini is also excellent for things like toting your demo crews around when you're a henchman. So, got all that going on, and that's the bare minimum for being a henchman. So next time we're going to expand a little bit more. We're going to talk a little bit more about your demo, what your goals should actually be for your demo, and some other things that we put on top, just kind of trademarks of SoCal Malifaux. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.